although we all know that what is the importance of networking with the industry, but there are some thoughts of me that how we can reinforce with much more uh, impact so that we are very much interact with the industry all the way, because we want to meet the requirements of the industry, and we also want to meet the requirements of the board or your university. So we must have some balance between our board or university requirements and requirements of employment or requirements of the industry. So because our students are ultimately go to the industry, they have to work in the industry. So how we can make more familiar our students with the industry? That is my topic. Uh, just I will share with you one very important proverb, which you may have seen earlier also. But the importance of this topic lies in this proverb that tell me and I forget, show me and I remember, involve me and I understand. Can any one of my friend can just read it for me, and what you understand by this proverb? Any one of my friend? You may have seen this proverb earlier also. So, what is the meaning of this proverb? Any rough idea? Yes. Madam Sunny is there, or Madam Snelata? So, the meaning of this proverb is that tell me and I forget, because we all are teachers and we teach in the class. Whatever we teach in the class, after that we take a take an exam. After examination, majority of students forget the things. Tell me and I forget, because after some time our students forget whatever we have taught the students in the semester. Maybe after 1 week they will be having less remembrance, and after 2 weeks and after 3 weeks, like that it goes on decreasing. Show me and I remember. If we demonstrate something to our students, or we take our students for some industrial visit, then they see the things, and because they have seen the things with their own eyes, so that remains in their remembrance for longer time. But if involve me and I understand, means if we involve our students in any project activity, maybe minor, major, or any other thing which they can do with their own hands, then they understand the things. My dear friends, I have done long back my degree in civil engineering from Thapar Institute of Engineering and Technology, Patiala. We have been taught many subjects, but the projects which I have done with my hands, I can still remember those projects because I was involved in them. So we must try to involve our students maximum to the extent possible, so that they can understand the things they know the things, and they can work in the industry. So that is the that we should try to involve our students to the extent possible. Then now what is the need work of the industry? Need for networking with the industry. Why we should network with the industry? Because if we say that we are to meet the requirements of our board and university, then we meet because our students get very good marks in the examination, and then they should also get good pay scales or good jobs in the industry. But it is not so, because our majority of students are not familiar with the industrial activities. So industry complains about quality of our students. They say that your students are not meeting their requirements. We can have many reports like NESCOM and other reports which say that your 20 to 25% students are employable, and 20 to 25% students are employable with some training, and more than 50% students are not employable at all. So we must think that what is the deficiencies in our students, where they lack. What are the those components? Number one. Number two, students are not totally aware of their job function in industry. Majority of our students do not know that what will be their job role in the industry, what type of industry is there, what type of functional areas are there in industry. In a good industry, there are different functional areas, like you may have one design and drawing section, you may have R&D section, you may have design and drawing section, and then you may have some manufacturing or production. You may have some marketing and sales, repair and maintenance. So our students are not aware that where they will be working, because we are teaching all the subjects related to these functional areas, but they do not know the use of those application of those knowledge and skill in the industry. So if we will not have network with the industry, our students not will be able to know that what they will be doing in the industry, how industry is functioning. Then our students are missing soft skills. They do not have good leadership skills. They do not have handling of workers. Majority of our students cannot communicate. They cannot work with others, interpersonal relations, teamwork, because these are the skills which cannot be taught through a subject. These soft skills will be developed in the students through some projects, some actual activities which they do with their hands. When we will be giving them such experiential learning, we know many students who were very good in studies, they were having very good grades, and they were employed by the industry. But after 6 months, they came back. Why? Because they could not work with the other colleagues, with other their peer group. Although they may be good individually, but they are not able to work in the team. They are not able to communicate with their seniors or juniors. So, like these all skills should be developed in the students. How? By giving them some project activities related to the industry. Then they say that curriculum does not meet expectations of industry because we are preparing curriculum sitting in the institutions. Do not know what are the expectations of the industry, what are their requirements, what are the requirements of different stakeholders. So they say that whatever you are teaching, that is not required by the industry, and what is required by the industry, that you are not teaching. So there is a big gap, and majority of technical teachers, they have very little industrial experiences. We all know that majority of us, including me, we were just have done our graduation or post graduation and then came for teaching. So we were not exposed to the industrial experiences. So we are teaching them just theoretically. We are not able to relate our theory with the application in the industry. So now AICT is giving a lot of emphasis for giving industrial experiences, maybe 4 weeks time, maybe 8 weeks time, to the teachers before they start teaching. Then, because we do not know what are the various practices in the industry, so we are not able to tell same to the students, because majority of teachers have not seen the industry. They are just confined to the institutions, just to the classroom. I can give some example because we have conducted along with Professor A. Gupta many programs in the institutions, and there we have taken the teachers for their industrial visits, field visits. We were conducting one such program. In there is one Seth Jayaprakash Polytechnic Dhamla, and during that program, we have taken the teachers for field visit to. There is one very big industry, ISJAC, near Dhamla, which is manufacturing boilers. When the teachers went there, they were not knowing that how this industry is working, although it is just 10 kilometer from the 8 to 10 kilometer from the polytechnic, and many of their students were working there, but teachers were unknown to them. And when we went to the industry, they started touching the feet of the teachers. Oh, you are working here, we were not knowing. So like that, we are not going to the industry. We do not have network with the industry, even nearby industry. So how we would be knowing that what are the practice being adopted in the industry? Similarly, we were conducting one program at one government polytechnic, Bathinda, and there is a very famous uh, Guru Nanak Dev thermal plant, and we went there for industrial visit. Although it is around, I think, 5 to 6 kilometers from that polytechnic, and majority of teachers were not knowing that how thermal plant is working. And when they saw that the whole thermal plant is being controlled by sitting on a big panel, from there they were controlling all the processes, maybe pulling of the tower, supplying the electricity to different substations like that. And they were not knowing, because in that thermal plant, all type of students, civil, electrical, mechanical, electronics, computer, all were working. But we teachers were not knowing that how this thermal plant is working, what are their requirements. So many examples are there where we have gone for the industrial visit, and teachers were very surprised to see the industry. Oh, that industry is working like this. So, my dear friends, it is very, very important for all of us that we should have proper network with the industry. We must visit the industry. Generally, we say that every semester one teacher must have some good contact, must have gone to one industry of their relevant branch. If 5 to 6 teachers are there, then in one semester you will be having very good contacts with 5 6 industries, because sometimes teachers say that it is not possible for us to spare such uh, uh, to spare the time for going to the industry. Then we can also think that maybe one time in a 1 year, if not possible in semester, maybe once in a year, then also you will be having good contact with the industry, who will be at your beck and call, because for going to the industry you must have some professional as well as personal contacts, where you can send your students for training, where you can take some project works to give to your students, and you can also help that industry and vice versa. So, my dear friends, it is very, very important for all us that how we can network with the industry. May I know from any one of my friends that what do you understand by network with the industry? One is industry institute interaction, because in majority of institutions we have triple I, industry institute interaction, and I am saying networking with the industry. So, can you just tell me that what do you understand by this uh, networking with the industry for the implementation of the curriculum or for uh, preparing the curriculum? Yes, anybody, any idea?
Sir, actually, there is a module that has been mandated nowadays. Industry Institute Innovation Cell, actually. So, a triple IC cell that you are talking about. So, in that, we need to interact with the industry people, and our main objective should be to give students more exposure about the industrial scenario so that they can have a fair idea of the different case studies in industries. We can do it by industrial visit as well as some expert talks from the different experts from the industries as well.
Very good, madam. I agree with you that you are doing this. Uh, Madam, actually, what we think that we are to send our students for industrial training, we are
Yes,
to invite the.
internship, industrial internship training, industrial training, all these things are being actually included in the curriculum. And apart from that, in the summer vacation or in the semester break, especially if they want to seek some extra training, then that will be also very good.
Madam, are you meeting sufficient industrial training places in your institute?
Industrial training placements, yes sir, we actually, I'm from West Bengal, so near about in our roundabout there are many industries around our college, like we have some industrial hub in Haldia, we have some other industries in Kolkata as well. So periodically we actually send students of different academic years to, so that for 1 month or say for example 1 month 10 days of training, so that they could have a fair idea of what actually going on in industries. And while in the final year they have to face some interviews so that they can answer well. I mean, they can actually correlate between the theory and the practical part.
Very good, madam. Very good, madam. That you are getting some training places also. What I would like to say, madam, here that whatever you are saying, that is one-way traffic.
Yes sir.
That is our requirements. You agree with this? that they should give training to our students, they should employ our students should be taken for 6 months training, or they should give training to our teachers, right?
Yes, sir. But apart from that, actually, coming to your point, this one-way traffic, yes, I completely agree. But the thing is like it could be both way around. Actually, we are making some innovation cell pre-incubation center we're trying to set up. So in that case, also we are also after having some exposure in the industries, the students in a group, say for example, small groups, you're trying to develop some short, small project in a small scale that could be scale up in future, so that some products or innovative material could be developed.
Very good, madam, very good. Actually, I want to say in the networking, actually there should be some close collaboration between our technical education in our technical institutions and industry for sharing our physical, human, and informational resources for mutual benefit. I am
Yes,
emphasizing mutual benefit because when we will always asking something from the industry, sometimes they do not respond. Do you agree with this or not?
yes, absolutely.
Sometimes in majority of institutions we have seen that industry does not respond. They say that we have requested many times, we have sent the letters, we have even gone personally, but they were not having time to meet us. Whatever we are thinking in this way, that is one way traffic.
Yeah.
But here in networking means it should be both ways, means both way traffic, means we should share our physical, human, and informational sources for mutual benefit. Means both are benefited. We should adopt such a technique that there is a win-win situation. They are also benefited, and we are also benefited. Like we have very good physical resources, we have very good labs, we have very good workshops, we have good instruments, equipment, we have very good faculty, highly qualified faculty in the institutions. Like, so can we extend same help to them? They have their own physical resources, we have our own physical resources, they have their human resources like industry experts are there, we have our own teachers who are specialized in their areas, and we have our good libraries, they have their libraries. Can we allow them to come and use our infrastructure, our resources, because we want to use their sources? Do we allow them to use our sources also? In many institutions, it is not there, so that both are benefited. Although many, my dear friends say that because we are preparing our students for them only, that is there. Although that is there. So if we do not supply the students, they will take from somewhere else, because there is a big gap between demand and supply. So many students are available. But if you have good collaboration, you have good sharing of your physical, human, and informational sources, then we will be having good network. Means we will be going there, and we also invite them to our institutions for using our resources, maybe physical, human, maybe informational sources. We have talked to many industrialists. They say that, sir, you have very good libraries. When we request some institution that please allow us to use your library facility, but because their industry people also want to equip them with their knowledge. They want to come to our institution and they want to consult our, because we have very good journals, very good research articles, very good that other e-books. Do we allow them? Majority of institutions do not allow, because they say So many hurdles are there, bureaucratic hurdles are there, and like that. We have very good library, physical facilities. Do we allow them to use our that physical facilities? So, my dear friends, networking means that we should share our physical, human, and information sources for mutual benefits, so that both parties are benefited. Do you agree with me, Madam Monal Datta?
Yes, sir, absolutely.
Do you have like this what I am discussing?
So we are trying to develop, we are in a process actually. So not fully we are developed the whole system, but we are trying to develop, we are trying to build up much more interactions with the industry people as well. But
As
yes, sir,
well?
that is very true because all the time the industry people will not actually entertain us.
They will not entertain. All the time they may not entertain you,
Yeah.
because they always say that you are always asking, give training to our students, give some
Yes.
internship to our students, give training to our teachers. And but if we have that some collaboration, like not just like MOU, because majority of institutions say that we have very good MOU, but that MOU is on paper only. So
Yes,
if
yes.
you have like this, some mutual where both parties are benefited,
Benefited, yes.
then I think there will be not much problem
So
in
that's what
interacting
I
with
was
others.
talking about actually. So if, say for example, we are trying to collaborate with some industries and they ask us to develop a small product in a small scale. So they give us some precursor material or something that of that sort, and then we can develop the same for them. And maybe in future they can scale up the particular thing actually.
Yes, I think that will be more beneficial for both the
Yeah. Yeah.
partners. So how we can uh, help the institutions? That is very important, because we all know that what are the expectation, our expectation from the from the industry, but how we can help them, that is very important. I will just give you 2 3 examples that how we can help them, so that we are more closer to each other. Offering continuing education programs through formal and non-formal modes for people working in industry at different levels. What do you understand by this, madam?
Yes, sir.
Are you
Can you
doing
just,
something like this?
sir, actually, I'm not getting the whole point. Can you just please repeat?
Offering continuing education
Yes.
program through formal and non-formal modes for people working in the industry at different levels. Means, because in industry there are people who are working at some, maybe some semi-skilled people may be there, some skilled people may be there, maybe some
Yes.
that degree holder or some management type people will be there. Can we give 1 day program or maybe 2 day program for their continuing education? Because like in our institution there is one very uh, good industry Aisha in Permanent. They came to our institution that we have some semi-skilled people and we want to upgrade their skills. Can you give something to them so that their skills are upgraded?
Yes, we can think of arranging like some workshop or something short of that, so that those people could actually enhance their knowledge in terms of theory and in terms of other thing, and we could also get benefited from them in terms of practical knowledge, because they have more practical exposure than us.
Yes, yes, that is what I say, that they may have very good practical exposure. They are very good in skills, but sometimes some theory is required to give to them so that
Yes,
they are upgraded.
yes. So that is the
And
part of the
industry is ready
academia.
to pay.
Yeah.
And industry is ready to pay, that is not problem. Maybe because there may be some people who do not have that computer knowledge, they are not able to operate the computer. Can you give 1 week, 2 day, 3 day program to upgrade their skills? And we at our institution, we are having such people like even from army.
Yes,
So
sir.
we have so many collaboration with the industry who are coming to our institution, and we are offering them continuing education programs, giving 1 week certificate. So like that, if we will be having collaboration with that industry, so naturally we will be working in close collaboration. Number one. Number two, solving industrial problems through action research, consultancy projects, and students project work.
Yes.
That is very important. That because sometimes we think that industry is a very uh, uh, big shot, and they will not be coming to us. But actually, we do not go to the industry, so we do not know what are their problems. Can we take some live project from the industry where they will be benefited? So we will have to go to the industry and ask, and we try to take some consultancy project or some project work or some that industrial problems which we can solve, which our students can solve under the guidance of our teachers. So I will be just showing some of examples where the students have done some very good projects for the industry, and they were rewarded for this. So many institutions can work in this area. Then testing of materials and calibration of industrial instruments. There is a lot of scope that our institution can help the industry in testing of their materials, like our Department of Civil Engineering, Mechanical Engineering, Department of Electrical Engineering. They have a lot of testing consultancy. Industry comes to us and we give this consultancy because money is not problem with the industry, but they should have accurate results. They should have right type of the material. So we are providing a lot of testing of materials and then calibration of industrial instruments. There is a lot of scope in this calibration of industrial instruments because sometimes their instruments go out of their calibration. So always they call the experts from the that supply. But if there is a local, some experts are there in that area, then they would love to call them and set their instruments right, or training of their measures in different human resource development. If you have some good management type courses, you can also offer them courses. So these are some of the examples where we can have uh, support the industry, and there are so many areas where we can support the industry, and in return they will also support us in our activities. I think majority of institutions are not working in these areas because we always say that yes, industry should support our institution, that they come for our curriculum development. Like we have many projects in curriculum development at our NITTTR Chandigarh, Punjab State, Haryana State, and even Delhi State to some extent. So we invite the experts from the industry, different stakeholders for the curriculum development, so that what are their requirements which are expected from our students that we can incorporate in our curriculum. Then industry support us in training of teachers and students in industrial process. That is what Madam Monal Datta was saying, that they should give training to our teachers and students so that theory is integrated with practice. Then industry-based project work. So when we talk to the this talk about the project work, then many institutions nowadays they say that we uh, conduct the just institution-based project work. They are working only in the institutions. Although that may be good, but they will not be having that industrial exposure. So we should try to the extent possible that project works are taken from the live project works are taken from the industry, from the field, so that students have a feel that what is the industry, how they are working, what are their requirements, like that. And even our board of management or board of governors, some professionals from the that industry, they are at the our BOG or your board of management, and of course expert lecture in the emerging and thrust areas. So like that, there should be proper collaboration, what we can do for the industry and what industry we are expecting from the industry that they should do for us. So am I right that this will increase that will enhance our interaction with the industry?
Yes, sir.
I think how many institutions are doing this, that we have proper networking with the industry, because majority of us are just expecting what I have written, that this is the support from industry. But the first thing that I have shown that our technical institution should have uh, will have to help industries. That is not being done. So I will say that that what we are doing, that is one-way traffic. So if we want to be successful in our this interaction, it should be two-way. Even if you must have heard our this budget of uh, recent budget, there also they have given a lot of emphasis on the industrial trainings of the students. Even our AICT, they are giving a lot of emphasis that how we can have more collaboration, more interaction, more network with the industry. Because majority of our students, because nowadays unemployment is a issue. It, there is no dearth of jobs. Plenty of jobs are available, and the industry says that they are not getting right kind of students for those jobs. Why? Because they do not have proper exposure of the industry. They are not meeting the requirements of the industry. Whatever their requirements are there, which they are not being taught to the students. And in many institutions, their curriculum is obsolete, maybe 5 years, maybe 10 years. So we are not teaching the students latest requirements of the industry. So if we start doing some efforts on this line, I am sure that there will be good network with the industry. So I will just show that how we can have those interaction with the industry. Actually, we have developed one model that in our we have 3 years for diploma program and 4 years for degree program. So when they will be in the institution, for giving them the required knowledge, skill, and attitude, KSA, that will be your academic term. And when they will be sent to the industry for solving the practical problems of the industry, that will be your work term. Means work term will provide opportunities to students to transfer the knowledge and skill gained in the institution for the solution of practical problems. That will be your work term. So how that we can apply to our institution? Like we can have three type of exposure to the students. First, I am saying that after first year, there should be some structured and supervised exposure-oriented workbench environment of our students, maybe for 2 to 3 weeks, maybe up to 4 weeks, after the first year of the degree or diploma. Is any institution is doing this? After first year, are you sending your students for internship? You can call it internship or this just work bench involvement, or just having that data collection or informational gathering type of experience in the different functional areas of their relevant industry. Any idea what is this? Yes, Mr. Gajendra ji or Mr. Amruturaj, any one of my friend? And what you any idea, please? Let us have interaction, please. Whatever you think, you please speak so that we can discuss.
Hello,
Hello, yes, sir.
I'm
Good
Dr.
afternoon, sir.
from Modest Institute of Technology, Aurangabad. What you have shown right now that we don't have at present, but that I had it during my BTech. Uh, there we had industrial short training in each and every year, starting from second year. At the end of second year, after first year, then in second year, third year, fourth year that will be of longer term. But
Major
at
project.
the end of each year there will be an industry training. So I think and that will be of 2 to 3 weeks, what you have shown here.
Yes. So, my dear friends, do you have now in your this undergraduate program?
That was jute and fiber technology, Institute of Jute Technology in Kolkata.
Okay. So, what I am saying, my dear friends, like structured and supervised means there should be a proper planning. There should be proper planning, structured and supervised, and there should be some supervision also. Oriented workplace involvement of students after first year.
In,
That
in
can
our
be
case,
like
it was supervised, but it was not well structured because there we were given total liberty to do anything, means to take any sort of data, whatever we like, depending on the industry. So that sort of liberty we had, but
but
it was supervised.
I agree with Shriduji, but what I am saying that sometimes students do not have any idea that how they will be going for this project oriented venture work venture environment. Here, like if a, I because I am a civil engineer, so I will give you just one example that after first year I will be sending my students because in the first year we teach the students up. Sir, can you have your mic mute? Please mute your mic so that there is no disturbance. Yes. So actually, like if a student of civil engineering is there, if I want to send them for this workbench involvement after first year, I will give one workbook where some type of exercises are written. I am just showing that workbench. Is it visible that booklet? So what we have done that we have prepared one workbook for civil engineering students for general field exposure after first year. In this workbook, we have just given the general guidelines that what they are supposed to do in the industry. Like if a student of civil engineering there, he can go to a brick kiln. This is just an example. You can think of your own area that student of civil engineering will be going to a brick kiln, because we teach the students of civil engineering that how to make the brick, how brick is made, what type of earth is used, at what temperature earth is baked, like that. So our student of first year, he can go to a brick kiln. He can see that how brick is being made, at what temperature it is being burnt, what type of bricks are there, first class brick, second class brick, third class brick, what type of earth is being used. So like that, then he or she can go to a timber market, because we teach them, the students, these building materials. He can go to a timber market, he can go to a hardware shop, he can go to a sanitary ware shop. Similarly, because we do not say the students should go very far away from their home, because this is in summer vacation after your first year. So as you said that you were having the liberty to have any project, that is very good. You give liberty to the students that they can have any type of data collection or information gathering. But if some students are not able to do that, then some type of workbook we can prepare, so that our students have some idea that what is expected out of them. Then after doing this, they will come to the classroom in the second year, and there they are to present the things before the other students, that what they have learned from their exposure. So because now we are revising, designing some programs for Punjab state, Haryana state, here we have made it compulsory that after first year, the students will be going for 3 to 4 weeks for internship, where they will be doing some activities related to their branch, like a student of electrical engineering, because every small city or town, they have some substation. Can our students go to that substation, that how transformer is working, what type of cables are being used, what is their color coding, like that. Similarly, a student of mechanical engineering, because every small city, village has some type of workshops. Can they go to that workshop? That what type of machinery is being used in that workshops? They have lathe machine, they have that some other CNC machines, so that they are familiar to some extent that what type of machines are being used, what are their raw materials, so that they have some interest in their own branch. Similarly, if I talk of a students of computer engineering, because every small town, they have some computer repairing shops, because in our institution, many majority of institutions, we do not show that computer from inside, but in that shops, he or she may have seen that how these computers are being manufactured, what type of components are there, because there is a lot of scope in this hardware, uh, that repair and maintenance of hardware. So can we send our students with some these type of exercises? Similarly, you can think like you are from some other branch. My friends may be from some uh, plastic engineering, maybe from food technology. So we can think that after first year, where our students can go for their industrial exposure, for some data collection or information gathering, so that they know something regarding their future industry. That is, yes, sir. Uh, yes, anyone is saying something? So that is our exposure after first year. So similarly, my dear friends, we can think about after second year, because they have also studied some your branch specific subject. So can we send these students for some specific task oriented industrial involvement after second year? So, or you can also link this exposure to your minor project work, because in polytechnics they have some minor project work after second year, in the second year, so they can link this exposure to the minor project work. So for this also we have prepared some workbook, because this is just guidance. They can choose their own interest, they can have their projects of their own choice, but just to give them idea that what type of projects can be done by the students. So here also we have given some projects to the students, like they can go to the industry for studying different types of gears used in a milling machine, or can our students do some energy auditing studies, or some students have studied different types of conductor used in milling or lathe machines, or our students of civil engineering, they can have some knowledge of concreting operations, including testing of aggregates and concrete at different stages. So these are some examples of minor project work. I think that majority of you may be giving this project works, but that should be related to the some industry, live projects from the industry, so that they are familiar that what is happening in their branch, specific branch. Similarly, we can have some major project work, or some problem solving oriented workbench involvement for at least 8 weeks, 2 months, or in some institution there is a 6 months training is also there. That is also very good. If you have in your fourth year in undergraduate programs, we have one full semester for their internship. So here also students should be sent some for industrial projects like that. I am giving some examples where students can be sent like that. We have given these projects to our students. Like some students of mechanical engineering, they can carry out productivity study of the utilization of equipment or machines or men in a milling shop, and work out percentage utilization and suggest for optimum utilization of the resources, whether the resources available are being utilized optimally or not. Or they can have a project on design of motor winding for a heavy duty mixer or grinder. Or some students, because there are a lot of problems in traffic, so they can civil engineering students can conduct traffic survey at an intersection and design the intersection for smooth traffic flow. So, my dear friend, we should try to give our students some live problems from the industry, so that industry is benefited and our students are also benefited. I don't know that how many of us are working in this direction, so that our students are familiar with the industrial practices, so that our students know that what are the different types of functional areas in a industry, what are their interests, where they would like to work, and what are the expectations from the students, so that students can get employment. So like that, we have done this uh, exercise in some institution. So that is how we have that this is your first year, this is your second year, and this is your third year. So after first year, students will be going for your exposure oriented workbench involvement. And many institutions have started following this model, and they are sending the students after first year. And there is excellent results. Students are enjoying. Maybe in the beginning, some 50 students, some 40 students may come forward that yes, we will be going for this exposure. And when they come to the classroom and they present the things, see their confidence. Because many of our teachers may not have that exposure. So when students speak that yes, they have seen in the industry these operations, then we will be also having some knowledge regarding the industry. So that will be our exposure also, and they will be ambassador for us. Then after second year, we have task-oriented workbench environment. And then in the third year, after third year, they can go for some problem solve oriented workbench environment. So like that, if we have, because majority of our institutions are working in isolation, they say that we do not have much interaction with the world of work, with the industry, with the field, and just we are teaching theoretical things. So, my dear friends, I'm sure that if we start working in this way, that there will be good results, and the employment of our students will be increasing. So that was all about this uh, networking with the